showtime. Woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. Silent and profiling. Woo, it's live and in color. Woo!
Yes.
Welcome to the AFC East Shakedown on the Mafia Sports Report Network. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me is Trevor and Juan from Sports Dynasty Podcast, and Captain D is back, ladies and gentlemen, from the V Podcast, which we were supposed to go on, but however, because of YouTube, we have to do it next week on the V Podcast. So that'll be next week, guys. How y'all feeling, man? Every AFC East got a win last week, even the no-good Jets. So let's start with the Week 2 recap, and we're going to start with the Jets. Jets beating the Browns 31-30. Trevor won. What the hell happened there, man?
Well, I think we all know it is the same old Browns, You thought that the Jets were a completely dysfunctional franchise or whatsoever, but you have to remember that the Browns will always be the Browns. How do you do this to yourselves? How? With a minute and 57 seconds left, up 13 points, with a 99.9% chance of winning the game. Scientific data says, screw it, not today. And the rest is history. Embarrassing. Without one of the worst time management. And mind you, I said that about Nathaniel Hackett on, I guess, the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. I said that then. This is probably even worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
Juan, Brownie the elf. Brownie the elf. Do you guys
popped it the next week?
Do you guys want like an elf for your mascot? Are you jealous, or do you want to keep the Patriots logo?
That's
the real question.
I'm really happy with Pat Patriot, the old school one. I'm happy with that too because it's kind of badass. But the Flying Elvis, I'm cool with that too. The Flying Elvis, I'm pretty good with that too.
But you don't want an elf that cleans up?
They should have cleaned up the stupidity they had on Sunday.
Juan, any comments on the awesome Browns? They did beat the Steelers, which the Steelers are a mess. But anyways, any comments on that game, the Jets Browns?
Yeah, their defense isn't very good. They made a rookie look like an all-pro in his debut game. So that defense, at least the secondary specifically, is not. Deshaun will have something to worry about when he comes back if they don't get fixed anytime soon. But the real problem, I was thinking about putting this in our awards later, but I'll just say them now. Their running backs have some of the most close-minded brains I've ever seen. Instead of wasting clock like they're supposed to, like Kareem Hunt running out of bounds twice before the 2-minute warning, or Nick Chubb taking a score when the Jets had no timeouts left under 2 minutes. They chose incentives over a W, and that W went because you decide to go get your touchdowns, get your stats.
Do you think the coach told them though, or didn't tell them?
If the coach told them that, he'll be the dumbest asshole of all time, because it's his job to know when to take the clock out and to end in game situation. Unlike the guy in Denver, like Trevor said before, he doesn't know how to do that himself. I'm pretty sure Stefanski is smart enough to know that he probably shouldn't have scored there, or Kareem Hunt should not have ran out of bounds twice before the 2-minute warning. But stupidity goes as stupidity goes, and the biggest phrase that has been forgotten, I think, that shouldn't have been, is any given Sunday.
Correct.
So you do whatever you have to do to take the clock out and take your 99.999 infinite percent and win the game, instead of leaving it to chance. And they left it to chance, and they got the coin toss wrong.
And the rest is history.
Every bit of it.
Captain D, did you watch that game, man?
I did not watch the game, but I watched the highlights of it, and I mean, it's the Browns and the Jets, and I'm a big Joe Flacco fan, and they pulled it off, even though the Jets are in the same division as the Dolphins. But I believe in Robert Saleh and Joe Flacco. So hey, they pulled it off. Good for them.
I gotta say, Captain D, you are looking mighty professional over there today with the
Am I?
microphone.
Oh, I
Yeah,
am.
man.
I am. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. Yes, I am.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Listen, I had the Jets losing, so did because me and Trevor, we held it down last week 1 and
Yes, you did.
Captain D. We did just fine, but I had the
I
Jets
was in the comments,
losing.
but okay.
No,
Okay.
whatever. You weren't on here. Me and Trevor were like classic warriors. You know, we went to battle for you guys. You know, you could thank
That's
us
cool.
later.
I get my contribution
But-
last year or whatever. All right, it's cool. It's all right. I'll take disrespect. It's cool.
I'm just messing with you, man. But no, man. Me and Trevor did hold it down last week, but we had the Jets losing. I mean, they're just not very good. But I got to give them credit. They came back.
True.
They fought.
And for as much as I've been ripping on Flacco, he's been playing well. I got to give him credit, man. So, like, they fought. They shouldn't have won. Let's be real. The Browns gave them that victory over and over. But hey, it is what it is. Like you said, any given Sunday. So we'll see what they do moving forward, because against a better team, that would have never happened. Never. So anyways, moving on. Patriots and Steelers. Patriots won. Not a pretty game, and me and Trevor said that it would be low scoring. We called it. I don't remember our score prediction, but it was low. But you guys did pull it out, 17-14, and I'll start with you guys, man. What'd you guys feel? What's your thoughts on that game?
My score for that game, I predicted, was 19-16 New England. So we're still around the same ballpark. Defensively, they did what they had to do. I felt that another stellar performance for them, held their own. But the big elephant in the room, obviously, the offense. The offense is literally like in shambles. It's to the point where it's almost kind of hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Matt Jones, it feels to me like he's not comfortable at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatsoever, like trying to move the offense. I mean, like there were spurts of good drives, but yet, just couldn't. It is very discombobulated on the offensively. I just don't know. Like, people saying, "Oh, it'll improve." I don't know. I really don't know, honestly. But I don't know.
You seem worried. Juan, what's your thoughts on the game, man?
The fear I had about Mac Jones from the draft day is looking like, even though it's only 2 weeks, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Starting to show up a little bit. He was absolutely disgusting against Pittsburgh Steelers. He should have threw like 3 interceptions, but he got that Mahomes luck and they all dropped them all, thankfully. The only good thing I come out of this game, besides the defense, but it's Mitchell Trubisky, so it's nulled, is that the power running game started to show itself at the end of the game to put the game away, basically. And they weren't doing that for a game and a half, and that was worrisome on its own. But Ramondre and David Harris did their things at the end, completely wasted the clock. I think the Patriots had the ball with like 6 or 5 minutes left, and they did what the Browns should have done and ran the clock out. So that's the only positive thing to think of. And I have my blames. Maybe I'll save my blames for our awards later, but yeah, it ain't looking good. And they got a very tough opponent coming on tomorrow. So
yeah, we'll get to that later too. Captain D, man. Patriots beating the Steelers. But you did win on the road. You got to give, Pittsburgh's not an easy place to play. So what do you feel about that, Captain D?
It was, both these teams kind of mirror each other. The defense is always going to be steady at hand, but on the offensive side, they're both going to struggle a lot because of the lack of playmaking ability on each side of on both teams. So I wasn't surprised that it was close. And I think that, the Patriots, they pulled it off at the end, and that is a nice win on the road. They should chalk that up as a big win, and they're going to be fine, but they got to get Mac Jones some help. And I don't know if there could, from week 1, Jacoby Myers looks like, he can be that part, but there's got to be some more playmakers on that side. And they did enough to squeak out the win. That's a big win on the road, and they're 1-1. But let's see how it goes. Let's see.
Yeah. To Trevor and Juan about Mac Jones. Man, he's just put in a bad situation this season, man. Taking away your old OC, putting him with Patricia. I mean, anything Patricia touches is going to be bad. Anything. And let's just hope for you guys, because I don't think Mac Jones is going to be like something special, but I think he could be good in this league. Like I think he could be a serviceable quarterback, but he could go downhill real quick if Patricia stays there more than a season as OC. Now is Patricia and Judge doing OC still, or is it now just Patricia? Like what? Okay, yikes, that's so bad, bro. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. He looks like he is like he backstepped on, and I don't even know if it's like sophomore slump. I think it's more just the offense is not what it was last season, and he's just struggling because of that. Like you have no identity on offense, and some of his passes are just throwing it up there. He got lucky on one. It's a really good catch. It should have been intercepted. And I just feel like it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like they're just throwing him out there. And if that's the case, like you guys should go back to the old school running heavy, going to your 2 tight end sets and just seeing what happens,
did that at the end of the game.
Exactly. But it seems like you guys are like, I don't know what the hell Patricia's doing, but hey, you guys got the win. So you got to take the win for what it is. But it's the Steelers, and the Steelers defense isn't awesome. They're missing a key piece, right? And TJ Watt. They aren't what they used to be. They're still a good defense, but their offense stinks. So if you even have somewhat of an offense, probably could beat the Steelers. I mean, obviously the Browns beat them. So we're going to move on. Bills versus Titans. Not much of a game. 41-7. Trevor won. What's your thoughts about that Monday Night Football game?
This is gonna be the first time where we're gonna use props for the show from now on. Because I'm gonna say this right now. I don't care if you like this or not. It makes no difference to me at this point. The Bills are not getting into the territory where the regular season doesn't fucking matter. Like, I don't care. They're a juggernaut. They're the best team in the NFL. So now I'm going to use this book. So whenever we talk about the Bills from now on. So good day.
Oh God, I love it.
We spoke about it on that last week. This is not surprising whatsoever. Not surprising at all. Like the Titans are not a good football team. We knew what was going to happen. We knew that they were going to go in there and the Bills were going to kick ass like they were going to do. We're not surprised by it. I mean, that's it. I mean, if anyone thought that Tennessee was going to make it a game, I don't know what you're thinking. Without Derrick Henry is literally the only offense there. Everybody else is like, it sucks.
Yeah.
They did whatever they wanted to do to them, and good for them. Good for them. I know the people in Orchard Park was just enjoying the ass kicking that they witnessed. So hey,
yeah, with missing pieces too, and pulling our guys out, which I'll get to in a minute. But anyways, Captain D, did you watch that Monday night game?
I did watch the game, and it was interesting to see because if you look at Ryan Tannehill, he kind of looked like shades of Ryan Tannehill back when he was with the Miami Dolphins. Obviously, they lose A.J. Brown at the wide receiver position, which is a huge loss. And the Bills right now are just stacked on defense. And once the Bills offense got going and there were some turnovers, it was just a steamroll going forward. And then, the Titans brought in Malik Willis, and he was, I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready right now. And the Titans look like they are on a downward spiral right now. Derrick Henry had nothing to offer. The Bills were stuffing it all night long. And it was a rough night for the Tennessee. If you're a Tennessee Titans fan.
Yeah. I predicted 41-10. I was so close, Trevor. 41-7. Man, I was close. I was 3 points off. I knew it. I said listen, our D line is stacked, and we have guys that are rotational players that can come in that could start on other teams. Like, we are really good up front. And I knew that once you stop Derrick Henry, which we were going to do, and put the ball in Tannehill's hands with no A.J. Brown and really no weapons, it was only a matter of time for Tannehill to throw an interception or cause a fumble or something to happen there. And sure enough, that did. They scored. They actually came down and scored. It was tied, I believe, at first, 7-7. But once Leslie Frazier kind of dialed it up on defense, they had no answer. They really had no answer. And then on defense, they were getting burnt, beat every play. Diggs was going wild. So that was that was a butt whooping for the Titans. But anyways, guys, major injuries for the Buffalo Bills. Micah Hyde done for the season. That hurts. That one hurts. And it was weird because 2 neck injuries in one game. One of them looked really bad. The Micah Hyde one it looked almost like a stinger. So I wasn't that concerned. He got up. He kind of like did this. They took him out of the game, I thought, precaution. And no,
a lot worse than
so when I looked at the replay again, it's one of those where like it looked like his head kind of got jammed into his shoulders instead of like if you look at Dane, his head went back. That might be more of a neck strain or something. Like he seemed fine. Like he went out of the hospital that night, but Micah Hyde much more serious, I guess. So he's out for the season. That hurts. Jaquan Johnson will have to fill in. Ed Oliver. Man, his ankle since week 1. I thought he was going to be ready week 2, week 3. Now he's still out, so that's a concern. We're getting thin. I don't know when Dane Jackson's coming back. So for as deep as we were, we are not as deep as it seems right now because we're using our depth as starters. So,
well, I will say
you got to get out there and get somebody.
The small thing for I guess light at the end of the tunnel. At least it's happening now,
early
in December. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's time to get some of your depth guys to get acclimated. If whoever has to replace Micah Hyde, but you're not going to replace Micah Hyde because his playmaking is ridiculous. But at least, to play the free safety role, at least somebody can come in and play that solidly. You guys will be okay. You won't be 100, but you'll be like 90%.
Well, the guy filling in is
everybody else.
Yeah, the guy filling in is actually pretty good. He's Jaquan Johnson from the U. He's actually pretty good. He filled in a couple times last season when Micah Hyde, I think he had some like stupid injury 1 week or something like that, but he did very well. So I'm not super concerned, but it's not Micah Hyde.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it does take away a little bit. Trey White will be returning. That's a positive. You know what I mean? By week, I would think week 8. So, but I still think the Bills should go out there and get some. A veteran safety, a veteran corner, just to add some kind of out depth a little bit, and they probably will. Jordan Phillips, by the way, also got hurt in that game, hamstring. He's out. I don't know how long that's going to be. So we're, now we're getting settled back, which is good, but no Ed Oliver, no Jordan Phillips, no Micah Hyde. No Dane Jackson. The list is getting bigger and bigger. Gabriel Davis will probably play Sunday. That's big for the offense. Sure. So luckily our defense is stacked, but we're not so deep now. So we have to probably go out there and get somebody.
And look who that might benefit this week.
Yeah, what sucks that Joe Hayden retired. I would have loved Joe Hayden just to have a veteran corner. But it is what it is. Captain B's loving it now, man. Hey, they got some injuries too, though. I know one of their offensive linemen is a little banged up, and it's one of the key guys.
Armstead might be here, which is huge.
Yeah, really Armstead. Yeah, it's real big because you got Von Miller going against whoever they're filling in with, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing on Armstead anyways, but anyways, so let's go ahead and get to the week 3 matchups. Let's start with the Patriots. Go ahead. Yeah, go.
Miami. We talk about Miami.
Oh, I'm sorry. So let's skip that game. No, let's skip that game. Let's go to week 3, and we're going to talk about
My bad.
Wow.
I know that was planned.
That's okay.
Wow.
That was your punishment for missing last week. Anyways, by the way, now that you guys are all here, you have anything to say, Captain D, about week 2?
Of course.
Go ahead.
So, well, everybody sees what unraveled in the second half of the Dolphins Ravens game. And if you're a Dolphins fan, you have to be excited because this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this offense to be unleashed in what we haven't seen in a very long time. And it was almost Dan Marino-esque to see the deep passes to Tyreek Hill and all these huge plays they're being made. So it's exciting to see, but there's a big test coming up tomorrow. So let's see what happens.
By the way, you weren't on here after week 1. You didn't have any comments about the Patriots Dolphin game. Do you want to say anything to Trevor and Juan about that game? Or
I thought it was a good game, and you know what? It's funny because that first drive, that first drive was so Bill Belichick-esque. Hey, the Patriots are moving the football, and I was like, wow, okay, this is what's going to happen. And then they go deep. To Devontae Parker in the end zone, which should have been a pass interference on Xavier Howard.
Typical cheating. Dolphin.
That should have been a pass interference on Xavier Howard. He was totally mauling Devontae Parker in that play.
Big cheater.
But you know what? He pulled it out. But shame on Bill Belichick for not the little cheap little handshake at the end to our coach Mike McDaniel. That was just typical Bill Belichick, and that was I didn't like that, but it was a good game.
Do we have a rebuttal? Do we have a rebuttal to that?
I will say, I will add this on.
Bill got disrespectful. That's on his ass. I don't know.
I will say this: Kyle Duggar. Wow, he had a great game for the Patriots. I thought Mac Jones played well, but it was like I said when we previewed that game. It was a matter of playmakers. We knew that Bill Belichick was going to scheme right for us. It was close, and the coaching, and he's a great coach, and the staff is going to be prepared. The players are going to be well, but it's a matter of the talent, the game changers, and that was the difference.
Yeah, 100%. What do you guys think about that Ravens Dolphins game, man? Ravens shit the bed, by the way. But go ahead.
No, they didn't.
I think they got
shit.
tired.
Yeah, they did.
I think they got tired. You could see that in the fourth quarter. And they had a lot of young guys because, like, Marlon Humphrey wound up getting out the game for a little while. They have no vets in the backfield at that point in time. So Tyreek Hill just went ape shit and just destroyed them on his own at that point. And Jalen Waddle was absolutely amazing, too. That's the second year player doing all that. Woo! You know,
I'm just gonna.
Our GM were able to, get talent like that. Yeah. God forbid, but whatever. But it was a good comeback. People praising Tua. I thought the receivers were the reason why that happened. When two of them almost got 200 yards each. That might benefit the quarterback a little bit, but apparently it was all Tua from all the stupid media this week, so whatever. But I'm not trying to say Tua sucks or anything, but what we've been complaining about Bill Belichick about is what Mike McDaniel and your organization did for Tua. Give him some damn talent and let them help him grow. What we need, but again, our GM knows it all. So,
and I will just say this when I talk about the playmaking ability. If you really look at the past 2 games, and everyone kind of already knows this, but especially for the Dolphins, adding, we drafted Jalen Waddle, and obviously we got Tyreek Hill during the offseason, but they're unstoppable right now, and nobody can really guard them. So tomorrow's going to be interesting.
Ooh. So there's your rebuttal coming, brother.
I don't know about that. So you guys played the Patriots week 1. You scored 13 points on offense. I don't know if that's unstoppable. That's one. I got to tell you that. 2, you went against the Ravens, who were last in the league against the pass on defense last year, and they're last in the league to start this year. They're bad defense against the pass. So giving up wide open, like touchdowns, that's a problem. So when you win against the Patriots, who had, I don't even think the Patriots defense is like all that. They're good. They're reasonable. I think they keep. They're not the best. They're not. What would you guys rank? I'll ask you guys. What do you guys rank your defense right now? What do you guys think? Top 10, top 15, top 5? What do you guys think?
In between 10 and 15 somewhere.
Okay, fair enough. So
like
what do you think?
Yeah, 10, 11. Yeah.
So let's say even to be fair, top 10. Let's say 10, right on the spot.
Yeah,
10.
that's what I'm saying. Something like that.
You held the Dolphins to 13 points, right? In Miami. By the way, in Miami, the home game. Baltimore, who's last in the league, got smoked. And I also got to say this too. Baltimore was up 28-7. They scored 10 points in the second half. So not only did their defense do bad, but their offense did bad. And kudos to, now, by the way, I'm not giving credit to Miami, because Miami, they obviously second half made adjustments that Baltimore did not. Because if Baltimore's offense kept going like they were the first half, even if the Baltimore defense just did what they did, Ravens still would have won. It would have been a crazy high-scoring game, but they didn't. The Dolphins adjusted on defense. The Ravens did not. They had no answer for the Dolphins' defense in the second half. 10 points. That's all they had. I think the Dolphins had 35. There's your game. It's over. So I wouldn't look too much into it. I will say this, though. This week coming up is the test. This is the test for the Dolphins. You're going to find out against a way better defense if that offense is true. But I will say, like I said, Hill's always going to get his yards. So even against the Patriots, I think he still had what? What do you have, Captain D, in that
around
game?
the
You remember?
100.
So he still had his yards after catch. Yeah. He's going to get that. It's about keeping you guys out of the end zone. So that's going to be the part. You guys your running game is still weak. Your offensive line is still shaky, right? So like you take away the running game, which is very minimal anyways.
94 on 8 receptions.
Right. And how many touchdowns?
None.
Right. So that's my point. You guys held them to 1 touchdown. If the Dolphins defense didn't score a touchdown there, game could have been totally different. But we'll see. I think it's going to be this is a true test for the Dolphins coming up. So we'll get into that game in a minute. But I wanted to get D's thoughts on the comeback win. But listen, you got to give credit where credit's due to. Rookie coach beating a veteran coach in Harbaugh. That should never happen. And in Baltimore, no matter how bad their pass defense is, that should have never happened, because their offense is still good enough to score more than 10 points after scoring 28 in the first half. Unacceptable. If I'm a Baltimore fan, I'm pissed. I'm pissed right now, man. But they got no other weapons. Once you shut Lamar down, which the Dolphins, I felt like they did in the second half.
For the most part, yeah.
That's it.
They allowed 175-yard run. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, though. Yeah, well, I don't know about if we're falling apart like Norwood did. That makes no sense. But Norwood didn't fall apart. He missed it. Anyways, wide range. Jeez. So let's get to week 3 now. I do want to get to the team we were just talking about, Ravens versus Patriots in New England. We'll start with you guys, Trevor and Juan.
Watching the Dolphins and Baltimore game after our game was over, how they were able to come back, and again how limited they are offensively. The Ravens are offensively. To me, if you take away Bateman and Andrews and force him to find other ways to beat us. Now, again, I do believe that our run defense has done a good job, stopping the run. So trying to keep him in the pocket. I think that we'll be able to keep him in the pocket. And honestly speaking, watching that thing, I think that New England has a chance. This was one of the games before. Yeah, this is one of the games where I thought that they may give us a struggle. They may give us a hard time coming into Foxborough and playing how they want to play. But watching them the last 2 games, they're kind of beatable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they're beatable.
You know what I'm saying? So again, Lamar is a very dynamic player. So again, slowing him down maybe is easier said than done. Mm-hmm. But again, just take away his 2 targets and forcing to beat us somewhere else. Especially if we take away his running lanes. We're not sure if J.K. Dobbins coming back tomorrow. We're not too sure because that's one of their best running backs. So they're very limited offensively. So it's a very winnable game. So I like our chances.
Okay. Juan, you like your chances versus the Ravens?
Their first game, they've basically scored off of bombs against the New York Jets. But for the most part, the New York Jets defense actually did a sensational job against Lamar and the rest of that offense. Just that Joe Flacco couldn't get into the end zone, even though he was moving the ball. Last week, they were a lot better in the first half, but like you said, we were completely shut down after adjustments and the second half. And their defense looks very vulnerable. Not just I would say not just passing. They were really susceptible against the run for a little while too, and for the last year and a half. So there's a lot of work to be done on that team, especially since their best players are still on IR for the most part. Their left tackle, for example, J.K. Dobbins, for example. Their team is still a little banged up. Marcus Peters looking a little bit old, as Tyreek Hill showed everyone in the world. Yeah. I think going against the best coach ever, going against a defense who ranks around top 10 to top 15, and the running game looking promising at the end of the Pittsburgh game, there is definitely a big shot that the Patriots can take this game. It just depends on the game plan. It was 2 years ago, but the last time the Ravens and Patriots played, from what I remember, Belichick had a fantastic game plan. He also summoned Mother Nature, if you guys remember that Sunday night game too. But the game plan was still sound, really limiting Lamar and what he can do. And since there are no pass catchers outside of Andrews to really be afraid of, what is there to be afraid of? But the X factor in this game is going to be the New England offense. And if they can put up at least 20 points, if they can put up 20 points, I think this game is 100% winnable, because I think this defense can hold them under 20 points, most definitely. But we will see.
Scott saying Patriots will contain Lamar, keep him in check. And Patriots will win 24-20.
Score. That's exactly what he said I was going to say.
Scott, you took the damn score.
Scott.
So I guess we might as well do predictions. We're talking. So Juan is 24-20. We already know that. Trevor, what's the score? What you got?
Every single week, man.
What you got, Trevor? So we already know Juan's score now. What you got?
I had the same score.
Oh, really? You guys are wow. So Trevor, Juan, and Scott all on the same page. Captain D yelling at the pup. Captain D, what's your thoughts on this game, man? Ravens and Patriots.
As much, I'm going to put this out there. This is going to be a shellacking. This is going to be an ass whipping right now unfortunately for the New England Patriots.
Oh,
he's on his high horse because of that 2-0
start.
Right, brother.
No,
an A whooping.
Him looking fly on the camera right now. Real dressed up, got the new equipment. He's matching all how his Dolphins look right now. Now he think, all right, Nostradamus, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm just putting out there like this. Lamar Jackson is on a mission this season. He's out to prove something. He is out to prove something, and the fact that the New England Patriots and I'm not saying that the Ravens have this plethora of great offense, but Bateman, Bateman looks great for the Ravens. He's quick. He looked fantastic. Andrews, their running game, but I think that the fact that they just have a couple more playmakers, I just don't see enough playmakers on New England. And with Mac Jones, and I know the secondary, didn't look that great, but they were playing against my Dolphins with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, which are very dynamic wide receivers. I see the Patriots struggling a lot in this game, keeping up with Lamar, and he's on a mission. The man is on a mission, and I am picking the Ravens to win this.
What's the score? An ass whipping.
I'm going to give a score of. I got the Ravens 28, the Patriots 10. That's what I'm going with. 28-10.
28-10. Jeez. what do you guys think about the new Captain D here with the ass whipping comment? You like this new Captain D? This
man, that tune will start really gone.
guy's feeling himself
Feels
today,
good. Feels
huh?
good right now.
I respect it though,
Nah,
and good.
He
You
has
should
a
No,
glow.
I've always talked very well, and I always will, because I do believe in the Patriots. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with. But specifically this game, I do feel like the Ravens are going to beat the Patriots.
Man, you got a glow about you today, Captain D. I gotta say,
Do I?
I'm telling you, man.
you do, man. You got this aura about you
No,
today.
Do I?
even,
Okay.
even his microphone is glowing.
I can't wait till next week. Yeah, even his microphone. Even his microphone. You guys see this? This guy's just shining on us.
Feels
We'll see next week about his glow. If his glow's still there. But I don't think so. Anyways, no, I don't agree with Captain D on the ass whipping comment. I think this is going to be a grind out game. I'm telling you, Patriots offense stinks, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But their defense always comes, man. Even we just talked about it. They may not be top 5. They're around that 10, 15 range. But Bill Belichick knows how to game plan. He knows how to adjust during games. He knows this, man. There's no way Baltimore's just going to go there, and just whip them up in New England. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it can go either way. And just like what you guys saying, 24-20, I think it could go either way. And I think that's pretty much going to be the score. 23-20, something like that. This is tough for me to call. It really is. It can go either way. I'm going to say, only because I hate Patricia and I do not trust him at all.
Who you telling?
I just think the Ravens pull this one out. I'm going to say 24-21. Just to be different than you guys.
That's totally.
But I have it to be like really close up into the fourth quarter. Possibly the Patriots have the ball last and they turn it over and that's the ball game. Something like that. Like I could see that kind of ending happening. But
look at the comments, Scott. What?
Oh, let's see here.
Hilarious.
Called football sex. What? When you think you found your quarterback, unfortunately, it's only a fantasy wet dream, Captain. Sorry, we will make you up Sunday. Wake you up. Sorry, I said make you up.
Oh my God.
Scott is he's ready. He's ready for you, Captain D.
And
Captain D is hosting that.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Hey, and Scott, Captain D is hosting next week, so this is going to be interesting. I want to see his glow, especially when he's hosting. That's going to be great.
Oh,
and maybe he will be. I don't know, but I'm going to say no. So let's get to the next game. Bengals versus Jets. Bengals 0-2. Yikes. This is not a good start for Cincinnati. The Jets 1-1. I'll start with you guys, Trevor and Juan. The Jets should be 0-2, but they're 1-1. So what do you guys feel about this game, man?
I'm going to say, again, I think we put a lot of stock in the Bengals because of the final 2 months of the season on the stretch they went on, where they just pretty much just turned it on in the last 2 months of last season. They did the Super Bowl and stuff like that. And so now, with higher expectations, playing against top-notch competition, I mean, if you look at their schedule is concerned, it's again they kind of like they're kind of back to earth and anything. The offensive line looks worse. Mind you, they put money into the offensive line in the offseason, and they look worse. They look worse now. They can't protect him. He's struggling to even throw the ball. It's a lot going on. But I do feel that with all that, and as well as the Jets have played, as far as the fight that they've shown the last 2 games, I think that it'll be a valiant effort, but I don't think that it'll matter. I think the Bengals will still win this game, just because they can't afford.
A lot of you're smoking, man. A lot that you're smoking there.
Who me?
No, Scott.
Yeah,
that's a lot of stuff you're smoking there.
Big time.
But I'm gonna say the Bengals win this game only in the mere fact that they can't start 0-3. And they start 0-3, the season's over. I think the season's over if they start 0-3, it's over.
Yeah, they played against two of the best pass rushers in the NFL, basically, in TJ Watt, which they probably should have won if it wasn't for their dumbass coach not challenging a touchdown that should have been a touchdown in regulation, and Micah Parsons going absolutely ape shit for the first 2 weeks, and Micah Parsons looks absolutely sensational. So those are literally two of the best players in the NFL. Forget just pass rushers of the NFL, period.
Yeah.
Now there is no one even close to that in the New York Jets, although they do look like they play well together, and they look like they're fighting their stride defensively. My assumption in this game is that the first half is going to look more the same for the last 2 weeks. They're gonna Burrow's going to struggle. He's going to take about 2 or 3 sacks. You know, we're all going to be looking at each other like, oh my God, this dude is not going to make it out of the season. And then the second half is going to click. And then they're going to start looking like an actual football team for the most part. And then they have an interesting game on Thursday, I believe, against that guy down there.
Miami.
And that's going to be interesting to see how
quick
that
turnaround game.
Thursday.
Quick turnaround game.
Yep. So we'll see how that one goes. But I think that's how it's mostly going to go. Their defense is a little weird too on Cincinnati's side because the Trey Henderson and their pass rush have been getting home like they should. So I'm interested to see if they step up a bit too against the Jets, against Joe Flacco, who's supposed to be a damn statue, but apparently he can't get pass rush by anyone. So because Myles Garrett didn't do much against him either outside of one strip sack. So I like to see if they can get some pressure on them too. But the Jets, they're doing what a lot of people expected them, and they're fighting, and they're looking like Detroit from a year ago. That they're in every game, they're fighting every game, they're not taking shit from no one, but they can't finish outside of last week. So we'll see. Kudos to the Jets, but I'm seeing a definite loss, no question. I like Burrow winning this game. I want to say maybe 28-17, something like that. Something like
Trevor, what do you got? What's that score prediction?
I'm going to say 28-20.
Okay, relatively close. I mean, yeah. Captain D, how you feel about this game, man? Your boy that you said is better than Josh Allen last year. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm never forgot that. I'm done.
You already know.
I will never let that go. But go ahead.
And of course, you know, Josh Allen is a couple years ahead, but Joe Burrow is the real deal, and took this team to a Super Bowl last year. If anyone, it seems like everyone forgot about that. That he took this team to beat.
It'll
Kansas
happen when
City.
you're 0-2. It'll happen when you're 0-2. All right, go ahead.
But beat Kansas City that beat the Buffalo Bills.
Oh my God!
They did.
Tell you the new drip.
100%. And I'm
calling it the way how it is.
I was all
calling
for
it
that.
the way how it is. So
I loved it. Go ahead.
With that being said, who would think that the Cincinnati Bengals would be 0-2 right now? That's crazy. And really and truly, they should be 1-1 because that first game was a ridiculous game with the field goals and all that whole nonsense. But this is an easy one for me. Joe Burrow will bounce back. He will have a great game against his New York Jets team. And they just have too many weapons. Jamar Chase, Mixon. This is an easy one for me. It's Bengals all day.
Yeah, Scott has it right, 100%. These guys are forgettable. Wasn't the best quarterback on the best. You know it. Stop with that lying, Captain D. I'm tired of it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I'm kind of agreeing with Captain D a little bit on here. I think the Bengals are going to find their way against not a very good team, but like Juan said, they're scrappers. You know, they're gonna scrap along the way, and they're gonna claw, but it's not gonna be enough. I think they're outmatched. I think they got better weapons. The only thing though that is concerning is the offensive line is still garbage in Cincinnati, and Joe Burrow is still taking massive hits. And if that keeps up, he's not going to make it. I'm telling you right now, the shots he's taken, the amount, not only we're just talking about sacks. You're not even talking about quarterback hits. This dude is taking hits, bro. So, and the one thing about Joe Burrow, and everybody knows, he likes to hold the ball for a while, right? He gives his receivers a little bit more of an opportunity to get open, but that's a big problem if your offensive line sucks, right? So they better hope they get something going on there, get it fixed, get whatever, because if he may not make it. And then Cincinnati's definitely, and if they do lose to the Jets, it's a wrap, bro. Right now, 0-2, I think the percentage is super low, even getting into the playoffs. 0-3,
you forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Like honestly, there's a big problem going on in Cincinnati. That they need to address, and this probably starts with the offensive line. But I'm gonna say Cincinnati wins this game. I'm gonna say it's something like 28-16. I think they beat them pretty good. Yeah. I think they beat the brakes off them. I think Jets kind of got a little lucky last week. They played the Brownies and their Elfie guy. That's the way it was going to happen in Cleveland. And good for them. But listen, they're a 5-win team. I said it when we had Joe on here. I even said 7-8. I guess I was being too nice when I looked at their schedule. And me and Trevor did again. Yikes! And I told him when he was here, if you go 1-4, which is probably going to happen, and until Zach Wilson gets back, and who knows how Wilson will even be? I have no idea. He wasn't that impressive last year, so I have no idea. Like honestly, too, and I was totally wrong about Flacco's actually playing okay. So you're going to take a Flacco out, who's I think is like second right now in yards in the league.
Yeah.
And we're going to put Zach Wilson in, who is going to be rusty, right? And he's still not proven. He's still trying to find his way. Forget about it. There's no way the Jets are winning 10. I'm sorry, Joe, if you're watching. I don't know what's happening there, buddy, but that's not happening. But kudos to you guys for winning last week. Anyways, let's go on to the main attraction for this weekend. Should be a primetime game, but that's all right. Bills and Dolphins. We'll start with Trevor and Juan. How you see this game going, man?
I'm gonna be real with you. It's the battle of the undefeateds in the AFC East. And you know how we say how the term is history has a tendency of repeating itself. I think we're gonna see more of the same. The Dolphins have, new look, new offense, very explosive offense, great playmakers on both sides, on both corners on the offense. Great. But I'm expecting the Bills to kick the shit out of these Dolphins. I'm expecting them the same as before.
Boy. I didn't pay him either, Captain D. I did not talk to Trevor before. I did not. I did not tell him to say this.
You clearly bribed him to say this.
I did not. We didn't have a conversation when nobody was around last week. Clearly. I promise.
No. It's just that, again, to me, I think just the talent all around is just kind of more overwhelming. Again, like the last 4 or 5 meetings, they beat them by double digits. So it's like, I just don't see much of a thing here. Yeah, the Dolphins will, hold on for a little bit, but then Buffalo's going to end up just, running the train right through for the end to the end. So I have the Bills winning by at least 2 scores minimum.
All right. Juan?
Pause.
Hello? What? Whatever.
Go
I think the one-dimensional Dolphins offense, because they cannot run the football, is going to bite them in the ass pretty heavily in this game here. Since they can only pass, it seems like, because their running game hasn't gone going. Their offensive line isn't very good still, and they may not even have their left tackle for the game tomorrow. That spells a recipe for disaster against these proven already ridiculous Bills pass rush that we've seen the last 2 games with Von Miller. It's pretty ridiculous that they're gonna have to go against that. So I don't know how Mike McDaniel is going to be able to game plan against that. We'll see what happens. He seems capable so far, so we'll see if he has a plan for it. But that's, since he can't run the ball right now, that's a bad thing. And this defense has never been able to do anything against Josh Allen for like 5 years. So I don't know what you're gonna do to stop them from scoring 30 points at all. So my score with the newfound Bills injuries, though, I like a score of 34-24 Bills in this game. It's only 10-point loss. You may find that as to see where your level is at against them for your second meeting later in the year. But I'll go 34-24 to be a little bit nice. But the game will never be in doubt. The Buffalo will be controlling this entire game. Doesn't matter if it's at Miami. Does not matter. They'll be fine. 34-24. Bills.
What's your score, Trevor, by the way? Yeah.
34-13.
Oh shit.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty bad.
Yikes. Captain D, floor is yours, man.
There is so many intangibles to this game with the amount of injuries on the Buffalo Bills side. And those are key injuries on the Buffalo Bills side. And there is some key injuries on the Miami Dolphins side as well, with Teron Armstead looking like he's probably not going to play. And the key injuries in the secondary for the Buffalo Bills. With that being said, I think this game is going to be very close. I really do. I think that it's going to be very close. Gabe Davis is banged up. I believe Dawson Knox is a little bit banged up. They're going to be good to go, but they will be banged up. And I do think this is a different Miami Dolphins team that the Buffalo Bills are going to be facing. And what Trevor said, I believe it was with history repeats itself. I do believe that there is a change with the Miami Dolphins. I do believe that with Mike McDaniel. And that showed last week with the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are a tough team in the trenches, and they have always whooped our ass except for last year. So I saw a change there, and I do believe that the Dolphins have some key additions that can make a difference. And I think that the Dolphins, believe it or not, in the situation that we're in right now with the injuries, we pull this off in Miami.
Oh, surprise.
You pull this off. What's the score prediction?
Score prediction is going to be...
That's the second.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't even get to say that. I didn't get to say the prediction.
And I knew you were gonna do it.
I didn't even get to say the prediction.
Go ahead.
But wait, I'm gonna add on a little bit more. So, the defensive line for the Buffalo Bills is obviously going to cause a big threat to the Dolphins. They rotate a lot of in and out, and right now the Buffalo defense looks ridiculous. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that the Dolphins are going to stick in it. That we're gonna be competitive in this game for once. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I got as of right now, I got the Bills. They look solid if they can recoup and get healthy. This is a Super Bowl contending team. I'm not gonna even bullshit about it. But I do feel that the Dolphins, we are making great steps to be competitive, and I think we can pull this off. I'm gonna say 24-21 Dolphins.
Gonna hold them to 21 points. Damn.
Get the hell out. Beth coming in with a good comment. She said, I said it before. If Miami defense plays Buffalo the way they played against Baltimore, 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits, then Buffalo would destroy them. It's a valid point. I mean, that's not good. If your defense is not getting pressure, especially on Josh Allen, he will dice you apart. It just will not go well. But yeah, so speaking on the game, you guys got 2 problems. Well, you got multiple problems, but 2 major problems. One, you're not going to be able to stop our offense right now is very defenses they don't know how to stop it. It's a little bit different than it was last year under Dable. If you notice, Josh Allen is taking a lot of short routes, a lot of slants, a lot of crosses, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 2 yards, 6 yards, going down the field, breaking down a defense, and then going deep. And defenses, they don't know what to do. They're having a tough time on knowing what we're doing. We aren't even running the ball. And we're still putting up close to 40 points. I think we are, or 38 a game. That's one. Like, there's no answer right now for Josh Allen. There's no answer for the offense. So you guys are holding us at 21 I would be shocked with that right there. Then on defense, what we're doing, even though we're short Micah Hyde, we still have a very good safety in Jaquan Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We still got Jordan Poyer out there. I will say the rookies, Benford and Elam, even though they've been playing well, that is a tough matchup. This is their first real test. Big test. You're going against top 10 receivers. One top 5, probably the other top 10. Just dog speed. But I will say this. I mean, if you look at the week 1 and week 2, they handled their business, man. Christian Benford is a physical corner, man. He is not scared to take to tackle. You saw him take down Henry. Like, that dude is not afraid. And I will say, man, if they're smart, they play physical, they'll probably get some flags, which I'm totally okay with. I'll say it again, man. I don't care. If you feel like Hill's going to beat you, grab him. It is what it is. I'll take the 5 or 15. So I have a feeling you might see that, but we're very disciplined. Leslie Frazier dials up a very good defense. And you guys will probably score early because that seems like that's the thing with Buffalo this year. Rams did it. Titans did it. And then Frazier kind of just dials it up and takes your running game away, which you guys don't have already, but you will try to run a little bit. We will totally do that. And then you're going to have to face the 4-man rush, which is Von Miller. You still got Gregory Rousseau. We're playing in Miami, which, if anyone's from Miami, Buffalo shows up. Bills Mafia is going to be there. Just like Dolphin fans, I'm not saying you guys won't be there, but it's going to be almost split. I'm telling you now, it's going to be a loud crowd.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, and, that may not be good either. And I heard playing in the sun, but you got to remember, like, guys like Devin Singletary, guys like Gabe Davis, these are all Florida boys. Zach Moss. I mean, like, a lot of these guys played in the heat, so it's not like these are all like winter dudes. They can't handle the heat. They played there. They played in the sun. They are from Florida. A lot of these guys. So, I don't have a call. I have a 41-13. I think we're gonna spank you pretty good. We're gonna keep up with our high scoring. That's the problem. Can you guys slow us down? I can't see it happening. I can't. I don't. I think you guys score. I think you guys score an early touchdown, just like the Titans, just like the Rams, and then it's field goal city from there, and then we wipe you out in the second half. And that's if Tua even makes it out of the game. I'm just saying. We like to bring it on Tua. Watch any of the games that we played. Frazier dials it up against Tua. If you saw the Ravens game, was not touched. He was back there chilling for a little bit. That's not going to happen. There's going to be pressure in his face. He's going to take hits. And will he make it through the game? I don't know. You got some big boys coming at you. So we'll see. But this is a test for you guys. I don't think it's a test for us. I keep hearing it's a test. This is a Dolphin test. I will say this. If you guys, even if we win and it's close, let's say it's 34-30, that's a win for you guys in a way. That shows that you guys are really getting to your own. Like, but if you guys get smoked, then you ain't ready for the big boys. And I don't think you're ready for the big boys just yet, bro. So that's my prediction. 41-13. You guys are not ready for the big boys. You guys can play the shitty Ravens defense all you want and be close game against the Patriots, but you ain't beating no Buffalo.
I don't even hear Sports Dynasty podcast talk like this. And y'all ain't ever won a Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Wow.
Oh, and by the way, hot take. Devin Singletary.
This is crazy.
Hot take. Okay. Devin Singletary will have his best game of the season versus the Dolphins because he always plays good against the Dolphins. Hot take. Watch for Devin Singletary this game.
Okay.
South Florida boy coming back home. So, all right. So that's my score. So we're going to do the Boo This Man. We're going to do the awards, which I usually do earlier in the show, but I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So we are going to start with the Boo This Man.
Boo this man.
And we'll start with Boo and Daryl. Boo, Cap D, boo, for picking that score. All right. Anyways, go ahead. Trevor and Juan, we're going to start with you. Boo This Man.
My Boo This Man is Matt Jones. Matt Jones was absolutely terrible.
Going after his own guy. Okay.
Yeah, Matt Jones was terrible in the game against Pittsburgh. It was just not good. It's the fact of the matter is that the Steelers' offense was just as anemic as ours, and the defense held their own, honestly. But yeah, he looks very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. In the first quarter of the game, he was playing decent, moving the ball down, doing pretty good. But it wasn't until after that first drive, it was like the throws were just horrifically inaccurate. It was just bad. If we play an offense, even decent offense, we probably lose the game too. So yeah, Matt Jones has to get better. But I can't really blame him. Well, I can't really blame him too much because look who he has as far as play calling is concerned. But at the end of the day, he still did not play well, regardless of the fact. So Matt Jones is my Buddhist man this week.
I am shocked that you didn't boo Matt Patricia. Go ahead. I hate Patricia. Pencil. Go ahead, Juan.
You're not even a fan and you sound like us. I hate Patricia. I've been saying that for 10 years.
I mean, us too. I couldn't wait till he got in New England the first time. I couldn't wait. When Detroit said, "Oh, we gonna hire Matt Patricia," I said, "Good, take him. I'll pack his bags for him. Get this motherfucker out of here." Jesus.
Pencil.
Just assume from now on that my Buddhist man will forever be GM Bill until further notice. For not getting my quarterback any good receiving talent, for getting that fat pig Patricia back into this team in the first place a year ago. Just pencil in GM Bill every time. I'll say it for you every week if you want. But GM Bill forever. Getting Devontae Parker, he didn't even fight for no fucking jump balls, and that's all you're good for. You don't even fight for the damn jump balls. Like, what are you here for? Because you can't separate. So that's GM Bill in a nutshell. Booms man forever.
For life.
Even Beth says, "Boo, Patricia."
That's GM Bill's fault. He should never eyed his fat ass to begin with.
Terrible.
GM Bill. They all go.
Oh, good Lord. Captain D, who you got, man? Buddhist man.
Well, before I give my boo this man, before we even say anything about anybody again, I hope that everyone stays in the game and it's competitive. Shout out Dane Jackson. That looked really ugly. Thank God you're okay. Oh, yeah. And hey, and Micah Hyde, that sucks. I hope that you recover. I'm still recovering from a sports injury right now. So shout out to those two guys. Those are the Micah Hyde injury. Tommy, you touched on that. It didn't look that bad, but Dane Jackson, goddamn, and he's okay. He's at home, and hopefully he comes back. So I'll put that on there. Hopefully we see everybody intact, and we get to see where we're at going forward. But my boo this man, I don't have a damn boo this man because we came back from. There is no boo this man. No, we're opting out of the boo this man this week because we came back.
And opt out.
I didn't know that was optional.
What a weak way to.
There is no boo this man, baby. We came back.
You feel this? I respect it.
I love it. It's great.
Hey, it's honesty. Well, listen, I'm not going to take that easy route on the boo this man. I'll say my boo this man is Zach Moss, who continues to be terrible.
He sucks. I don't know why you have him.
He is so bad. He is averaging like 2.5 or 3 yards a carry. He was supposed to be our short yardage guy, and he can't even get 1 yard when we need it. We struggle. If you watch the only part of that game, guys, if you watch that Monday night game, was 3rd and short, 4th and short. We could not get a damn yard because we can't rely on our running back to get one. So we have to go other routes to get 1 yard. And it should never be that way. He can't even pick up a half a yard. So
he likes to
run
for some reason.
Yeah, he runs in the back. He has no vision. He continues to run in the back of his offensive line. And listen, I'm not saying Devin Singletary is like the best in the world, but Devin Singletary will always make the first guy miss. And he has pretty damn good vision, and he has very good contact balance. Very rare, even if he's caught up in the backfield, does he lose a yard. He'll gain a yard or get not. Even if there's mad guys behind him in the backfield. So I don't know. I can't stand when he's out there. I feel like the offense kind of like struggles a little bit because the defense is like, oh, this guy ain't getting it. Play action pass? No, he ain't running. So like Devin Singletary, I think he's a little bit more respected by defenses, and I really hope they stop with the Zach Moss thing, man, because he's just not working out. It's not working out. So boo this man because he continues to struggle and be bad. I want him to do good. I do. He's on my team, but man, he's just bad. There's no other way around it. He's bad. Boo this man, Zach Moss. Until you get better, then I'll give you, style and profiling, which you'll probably never get. But anyways, moving forward, we're going to do the style and profiling.
Styling and profiling. Woo!
All right. So Trevor and Juan, style and profiling, man.
You want to go first?
I'm decided between two of them. I'm gonna go with the draft pick that everybody made fun of for the entire offseason in Cole Strange. He went one-on-one for at least 80% of the game against Cameron Hayward, a top 5 defensive tackle in this league, and didn't allow basically anything the entire time. So I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that the offensive lineman Patriot thing continues to be good, and the line stepped up pretty well against this Pittsburgh defense. Not bad that based on what they did the week before when they didn't know what the hell they were doing. This last week, rather, and the signing this past, they actually played pretty well, and Cole Strange was a big catalyst of that. I'll go with starting profiling the offensive line. Cole Strange specifically, very good against the top 5. That's a proven mother trucker that he basically shut down last week.
Yeah,
very good.
I have to agree. I agree with him. That was my style and profiling too. Again, I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty pissed off when we drafted him that high. I was like, what's going on? I mean, GM Bill does have a lot of some hits and misses, and this might be a hit so far. We'll wait and see. But so far, he has played well. You said
yours is the same, right?
Yes.
So let me add one more. Nelson Aguilar apparently knows how to moss people. I didn't know that. That came out of nowhere. I didn't think that was possible from him, but apparently he can do that. He's like 5'11". I'll take it. If he could play more like that, then hey, God bless, because the team needs that real bad.
Yeah,
just add a little sprinkle, because we always make fun of him. So let me give him something. When he does something good, let me give him credit for once. So let me do that.
All right, Captain D, man, style and profiling, man.
Oh, this is an easy one, and
easy.
The styling and profiling, what everything this gentleman has gone through with the speculation,
the wrong person,
the being benched
by his own team. By the way, this is not like you guys caused that. I'm just saying, but go ahead.
By our own team, our former head coach, and of course management too, and owner. But and that being said, and that's a great point. With all that being said, everyone has those thoughts about you, and still coming out and being persistent. And I'm happy for this guy that he had such a great game and a comeback win on a team that is always owned us for the longest time, just as bad as the Buffalo Bills. He came out. I'm happy for him that he had that 6 touchdown. He threw 2 picks and he came out. And Jose, the Bills, Mitch Trubisky can't hold Tua Tagovailoa's jockstrap. So let's go.
Hey, come on. You be nice to Mitchie. All right.
Actually,
so your style and profile too. Hey, listen. I'm cool. I agree with you there, man. That was
thank you.
You know, I told you, that D. Like the one thing I always said, I felt bad for Tua since he's got there, since he's been drafted. That doesn't mean I'm a believer in him, but I do feel like he's been done wrong. Like since he's arrived. Now, maybe now that your owner is suspended and he is away from the team, maybe that's helping too. Maybe you're not really taking that in consideration, that now maybe like he has that office like leaning, that owner not wanting him there kind of deal. Now you got the coach who believes in him. Now you got the system, you got the players around him. So maybe he turns it around. Maybe I'm wrong and I'll eat my words, but good for him to have a bounce back game. So I understand that. My style and profiling is going to go to Stephon Diggs, of course. Bro, that guy he's just a great route runner. He is a dog on the field. He's just like using and abusing corners, including Jalen Ramsey in week 1. Like it doesn't matter who is on him right now. He's going to abuse you. And if you put a rookie on him, well, forget about it. He's going to do what he did last week. So Howard is going to have, if Howard's going against him, which I'm pretty sure, it's going to be an interesting matchup. And if Gabe Davis is even close to where he was at 100%, that's what I was telling you guys. Got to watch out. But anyways, style and profile, I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs he's just having a monster year to start already. All right, so we're gonna get to the what's up with that, and let's do a new what's up with that.
I said, what's up? What is up with that? Now, if you eat that school lunch, you better stay away from that rectangular pizza. You know why? Because it is nasty. Yeah.
It is disgusting. That
It is.
pizza was so gross, bro. Anyways, Trevor and Juan, what's up with that? Who you got, man?
So I don't know if
Or what
everybody
you got?
has this, but last week and during the 1 o'clock games, I want to say it was like 2 to 2:30 ish, around halftime for every game. A certain program called NFL Sunday Ticket to shut down for an entire hour, and no one could watch any games outside of the ones they had in television. If you guys don't know, Sunday Ticket is fairly expensive for the most part.
Yes.
Yep.
And I think I guess you can call them a free agent after this season to go somewhere else. So DirecTV, how the hell did you allow to get every single person's Sunday Ticket down simultaneously for an hour and change? Like, it didn't come back to about almost every fourth quarter. So you missed every third quarter
That's
of
wild.
every game.
Yeah, that's
so
wild.
If you wanted to keep this program, I'm pretty sure you just lost it after last week. So what's up with that? That's how you put up a fight to keep something that makes you a lot of money every year?
Yeah. The only reason people were getting DirecTV back in the day. Trevor, you got one?
That was it.
That was it.
It seemed
I didn't even know that. I didn't even hear about that.
They got roasted on social media, on Twitter. Just was roasting them, saying that, oh, come on, like in the final season, this is supposed to be a contract year for you guys to try to convince the NFL to let you come back, and you do this garbage. It was just it's unacceptable. And they sent me an email because they sent me an email. Maybe a lot of people get it. They sent me an email talking about they're gonna refund my money for the month of September because of having it twice. It happened twice, back-to-back weeks, but it was worse in last week. It was worse. Like literally almost the entire third quarter you missed if you didn't watch the game on regular TV. So it was pretty bad.
Me and D don't got that problem. We got our pretty good service going on.
Yes, we do.
That's I need to get you guys on because we'll talk about that later. Anyways, Captain D, what you got, man? What's up with that?
What is up with Brett Favre? I don't understand.
I thought you were going to say Brett. I thought you were going to say Bret Hart for a minute. I was like, what's Bret Hart doing? All right, go ahead.
But what is up with Brett Favre? I mean, a couple of years back, there was the whole him sending dick pics and stuff like that, and it was just weird when it came out. But now, with the whole stealing welfare money and giving it to a high school in Mississippi for their volleyball team or a college, I forgot. I don't know what.
It's for weird. A good cause. It's for their volleyball. He's trying to improve the volleyball
team.
I mean, how dare you?
Volleyball team.
It's super weird, and it really sucks, and it's really unfortunate. But clearly, Brett Favre is not a very good person, and it's just, what's up with that? Like, you've made over $100 million in your
jeans, bro. I guess some endorsements are over. You don't got that money
jeans. No more? So what's up with that? It's just and he could possibly face possible legal action. The story is a complete mess. But what's up with that, man? Like, you can easily. You've made enough money to where you can make that donation and make it happen. It's unfortunate. It's weird. What's up with that?
Man, Brett Favre. It is, man. So you're gonna miss his Copper Socks commercials and stuff. Anyway, my what's up with that is, we'll just stop doing 2 Monday Night Football games in a row, like at the same time.
Oh, that was stupid. That was so dumb.
Isn't Monday Night Football? It's Sunday night. It's supposed to be one game. Give me one game. Like the whole point is there's two teams playing one night for the whole country to watch. It's their night. That's the whole reason, right? And you're gonna have, and not only that, you're gonna have them same time, pretty much. Like how stupid. And then I'm watching my game. I hate when they do the cut screen. I'm like, I
was flipping out on Monday. I'm like, dude.
If I want to watch a dumbass game, I'll go to that channel. Like, I don't care if we're blowing. Stop it. So, anyways, that NFL, stop doing it. Monday Night Football should be just two teams that you put on Monday. That's it. Leave it alone. I don't need 50 games going on and one. But anyways, that's my rant for.
You already had that.
It's just so stupid.
It makes it worse that both games were not competitive at all whatsoever. So it makes it worse that both games were over by halftime. So
yeah. This isn't red zone. I don't need the
exactly.
Split.
Exactly.
And I like. By the way, guys, I love red zone after I watch my game. I enjoyed that because I don't know about you guys. I can't watch another team full game unless it's my team. But the red zone's interesting to me because it just kind of jumps, and I can kind of get what I need from there. The only way I'll watch a game if it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and it's like the Bengals week 1 game against the Steelers. I watched that the last 5 minutes. That was entertaining, and the overtime. That was a good. I stick with that. But other than that, red zone for me all day, man. All right, so let's get to the final. Go ahead.
Let me answer that chat real quick right there.
Oh, there's a chat. Somebody's yelling at you about what? Your seafood market? I saw that earlier. The Captain D seafood comment? No, okay.
No,
come on, Captain D. This one?
No, the last one.
The last one. Let's see here. The last one.
Jose, the latest one.
Jose, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I think Tommy touched on this. I think this is a good step, a good we're gonna see how we face up against the Bills, and if we do lose against a banged up Buffalo Bills team, depending on the score, I don't know. If it's close, then it's good.
D, you are getting a lot of comments thrown your way.
Getting destroyed.
You are just not happy with your.
Listen. I will say this. I will say that with Tua, the way how everything is looking right now with Mike McDaniel and the way how we finished the second half, hey, it could be gelling right now. That was a positive sign, and I think that everyone should understand that. I mean, 6 touchdowns. Hey. That's a good thing. All right.
Hey, it's not a bad thing. I mean, that's for sure. So we'll see. Like I said, this is I said that earlier. I said this is your first test. This will be the test to see really if the Dolphins are contenders or pretenders.
Wow.
I'm gonna say pretend.
Wow. Yeah, that was a bad message right there.
He's talking. Wow. I'll sit here, be sad with our Lombardi trophies, and wait for y'all to catch up. If you want to go there, you can go there if you want.
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
we got 6 up in this bitch. Where y'all at?
Hey, you guys leave Trevor and Juan alone. All right.
Wow. It's all good. It's all good.
Wow.
Even Miami got one shining. No, 2. I'm sorry, 2. Shining.
I will say I don't go there with the
wow.
I'll trash talk a tad, guys. I don't trash talk that much. And I'm a realist. I know you guys won championships, both your teams. Bills have done, let me tell you guys in the chat real quick from a Bills perspective and fan. We have won nothing. We have done nothing. We have 0 Super Bowls. We've been there 4 times, which is awesome. And by the way, I will say this too. I hate when people dog us out because we went four straight times and lost.
I don't like it either.
We went. That's very hard to do. No, yeah, no other team has gone 4 straight. Now, those teams have been gone 4, sure, not 4 straight. That's super hard in the NFL. We let a lot of AFC teams' dreams down, including the Dolphins in the 90s. And they hated us. Listen, the Buffalo Bills in the early 90s were like America's most hated team, like in 93, 94. Like when we went back to 3rd and 4th, they were like, oh my God, the Bills. People hated us. So we know, I understand the feeling, but we never won. So I can't sit there and say your team suck. Like, I don't know, because you guys already proven what you proven. You guys got Super Bowl, so banners. But I believe we will get there, and I But anyways, I'm not gonna go talking trash when we haven't done anything yet.
I'm just gonna give a quick little. The New England Patriots have been, and that is a dynasty, and they've done a great job. And most sports teams, if you're a fan, haven't been able to do that. And if you were able to do that, that is the greatest feeling to see your team do that and have that many championships, that many rings. That is insane. So,
except for baseball, by the way, cheating ass baseball with no salary cap, just buy your whole team like the Yankees. But anyway, that's a different story. It's ridiculous.
All about Thomas, by the way.
All love, bro.
Yeah, so outrageous. Anyways, all right, so let's get to the last thing of the rant of the week. And what rant will we give? I guess we'll do.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
Damn.
I like his visor. All right, go ahead.
Also, I'm glad you mentioned that because yesterday was the 15th anniversary of that exact same rant. 15th anniversary. God bless him.
Where is that guy? You still think he's rocking the visor around town?
Probably is. But I want to put this out there.
Screaming
right
at people
my
in
rant,
coffee shops.
I want to go last. For me, my rant, I want to go last.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We'll start with Captain D then. Captain D, rant of the week.
Oh man, I don't know if I have a rant of the week. I guess
do.
I guess my rant would be all with all the hype what the Dolphins did and just one second half and how that can change the outcome of how an outlook of a team can be. And then you get some hate too because they're just like, well, Dolphins fans are feeling themselves. But so my epic rant is Dolphins fans, be patient. This is a long season, and this is a marathon. That's what it's about. And even if we lose tomorrow, this is a marathon. It doesn't mean, as you can see, the Buffalo Bills are having some injuries right now. Injuries happen. So this is a marathon. Be patient. Even if we lose tomorrow, it's still a good sign. We are 2-0. The offense is looking great, and Mike McDaniel is preaching like he is the guru of football right now. So let's go Dolphins. That's my epic rant. Be patient. If we lose tomorrow, that's not the end of the world because we are moving forward here. Let's go Dolphins.
Yeah. So Juan, you got one, or you're gonna do it with Trevor?
I got one. It's more of a troll than it is a rant, though, because I don't really have anything angry to say about anything. But this is towards you and all the Bills Mafia guys. You ready for this?
Oh my gosh.
So what's up with Brian Daboll, though? My man's 2-0, about to be 4-0 in a few weeks, man. What's up? What happened? He about to win. He about to win on Monday, beat the bum ass Cowboys. He about to beat up on the Bears the week after them, be 4-0.
Ain't gonna happen.
What happened?
Ain't gonna happen. First of all, I'll give credit where credit. I'll give credit where credit is due. Dable's got his team 2-0, but the first game. Listen, you're going against the Titans. You can see what the Titans are, right, guys? We all see what the Titans are. Nothing to write home about, right? And they should have lost, by the way. Should have lost that game. And yeah, okay. So they're two. Listen, I will say this: Saquon Barkley is playing like Saquon Barkley of old, which is really helping Brian Daboll out because Daniel Jones is still a bad quarterback. I don't care what anyone is; he's a terrible quarterback. And Brian Daboll's not. I never said Brian Daboll's the worst guy in the world. He's just not a very good. I don't think he's the best. I thought he was overrated, and I don't think they're going to beat Dallas. I think Dallas is going to beat them. Even with their backup quarterback, I think Dallas's defense.
I agree.
I just have to fill in the time and say something. I don't say. So.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I don't even know if I have an epic rant because my rant was. Yeah, mine was kind of on the whole Monday Night Football garbage that they were throwing out there. But yeah, I'm gonna go. So go ahead, Trevor. You're last, man. Since I don't really have one.
Okay, my rant has nothing to do with the NFL.
Ooh,
nothing to do with the NFL. So for those who don't know, I am a diehard Boston Celtics fan. Right? I love the Boston Celtics, right? Now, this should be a lesson for everybody here, right? When you work hard to get to a certain stature in your life, you work hard, you put in the work, and you finally made it to the big league. You finally made it to the top of your respected field. And you lose it because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants. Ime Udoka, I am beyond disappointed with him. It's bad enough that, again,
don't play when you're paid.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous what's going on right now. You mean to tell me that you're possibly going to lose your job? You're in the great situation with a great team, one of the most storied franchises in the NBA.
2 wins away from
an NBA championship against a very talented Warriors team. His Warriors.
My Warriors.
Yes. Very talented team. And you mean to tell me that you're going to lose it all because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants?
DDU, Dirty Dick Udoka.
Woo! Is horrible. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? I'm not even going to talk about him cheating on his wife. People cheat on their wives all the time. I don't condone it. I don't think it's good. It's bad. But you're going to mess around with the vice president's wife, of the team's wife, and you think that they're going to tolerate that? Now, granted, how the Celtics handled this situation to me was awful. Awful. I'm going to tell you why. This should not have never got public. This should have never been out in the public. This should have been held in it should have been.
Hard keep a straight face, right?
Scott,
they too funny.
Scott is the man. I saw you, man. Scott never fails. He never fails. I love it, man. Like, the Celtics should have kept the situation under wraps. It should never been publicized. So whoever leaked it out, is shame on them.
But I will say this: it was going to get out that he was going to get suspended anyway. So at some point, all this is going to pop out.
So I understand that. My problem is the 1 year. And now you're going to just suspend him for a month, fine him heavily. I have no problem with that. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't have sex with your employees or somebody in your business. You have to put the shit where you not put the shit where you eat. It's just dumb.
Or apparently hump where you eat.
Or do that either. You can't do any of that. So for what? If you were going to suspend him for the entire year and then review his future afterwards, why didn't you just fire him? Because let's be honest, he's never gonna coach for the Celtics ever again. So you might as well fire him. It's stupid. The way they handled it was horrible. Now I know people are gonna say, "Oh well, I guess like sexual misconduct in New England sports is very common now, isn't it?" Because I know some you're gonna bring up Robert Kraft.
It already was part of Thomas already put it up.
I already know you're bringing up Robert Kraft. I know it. But that's a whole nother story. But the point is, yes, he should be punished. I agree. What he did was wrong. And I'm sick and tired of people talking about, but it's because two consensual adults, even like he forced himself on her. Who cares? You cannot have sex with your employees, your co-workers. There's moral clauses. I can't believe that we actually have to explain this. It's ridiculous. What he did was you fumbled the bag. You had a chance to be one of the upstarting, star coaches in the league, and now look at you. You're probably gonna lose your job. Lost your fiance. Which why would you do that to Nia Long? That's a whole nother story. Nia Long is like fine wine, but damn, you lose it all because you couldn't keep your dick in your pants. And gentlemen, I have to tell you this before I end this right here. You know what I'm saying? Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
I would have been fired. I would have been fired a few times, Trevor. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Wow!
Oh man! I had no time for that.
Wow!
I got it.
If that's the case, I would have been done gone. I would have lost like at least 3 jobs. I don't know. I got to look backtrack, but all right, go ahead. I'm sorry, but I'm not at a big time job. Is that the same thing? If you're
right, true indeed. You're not.
I wasn't like the manager at Taco Bell doing like the drive-thru, bro.
This guy's on fire. Yo, look at Scott's comment. Look at Scott's comment.
Oh my God, too much info. Oh God. Well, all right. That was an interesting ending to the show. So, guys, I appreciate you guys, everybody in the chat. I know the chat. It was man, we went from Brett Favre sending pictures to volleyball to NBA, wives cheating presidents, and Taco Bell. I don't know. Anyways, guys, it was a great show. Next week we will be on the V podcast, which is in the description, the link to his channel, along with Trevor and Juan's link as well to Sports Dynasty. So if you haven't subscribed to Sports Dynasty, click the link, subscribe today. Same with the V podcast, which he's going to get videos out there. I finally set him up. Look, he's all professional now. He has the microphone, he has the headset going on, he has the white t-shirt. The background there is looking nice and clean. So he's ready to rock and roll next week, and we will be on his channel. I will tweet it out as soon as he sets that up. Other than that, guys, it was a great show. Appreciate you guys once again. Go Bills, and we are out of here. Peace out.
Peace out.